Welcome. It is the Mario era, chapter 175.
de Mario, it's me. I'm back. Homeland.
He's back, baby.
Nice.
He's back.
I'm back. Cheers. I already see the glass going up. What you drinking, buddy?
I'm doing the double oak with a couple of cherries that also help with the gout.
It's Jefferson's Reserve with a little lemon zest, some blueberries, and those Italian fancy cherries you talked me into. So let's go.
Yeah, there you go, baby. Our boy Jimbo is in Italy and actually went to that cherry factory place that makes the cherries.
I don't think I visited that when I was there because I would have got us all some. I would have celebrated just to hear Scoop be like, I hate it. I hate it. Dude, I was so thinking of it. I saw this viral like IG meme where a guy, he's a young kid, and he's having him spell what's on the bottle. He's like, N-U-T-E-L-A. He goes, okay, what does that say? Peanut butter. He thought it was peanut butter. Of course, that's Scoop. I would say this is Nutella. By the way, we are Scoopless in Seattle. Actually, even a little bit more redefined. We're Scoopless in Paris.
Yeah.
We're Scoopless in Paris.
Yeah.
Good luck, buddy. They don't like us over there. Cheers.
Paris.
Not too friendly.
Yeah. Stinky Parisians.
Yeah.
Well, dude, everyone was like going there. Like, Dono was just there. Alex Dono, I believe, was.
I think he was at both. Didn't he go to Italy and Paris too?
I think he's like doing a whole European tour for locked on money is good apparently.
Oh yeah, locked on. OBB money was good too because I was chilling in Sicily. So boys, I got to share this too. So while I'm out there, my dad decides to drop a bomb on me. He's like, I need you to do a favor. I said, okay, Dad, what's up? He goes, look up Benedetto Marchante. First of all, he was like insistent we had to pronounce our name like Italian people do. And after like 46 years, he's decided that I should come back and totally change how everybody says my name, which won't happen, by the way, right? I go visit Italy, Sicily, the homeland for 10 days, and I'm supposed to get everybody to change how they say my name. So I look up Benedetto Marchante. Yeah, Marchante. So I look up Benedetto Marchante. And my dad, after he tells me to look him up, he's like, we're famous in these parts. I look up Benedetto Marchante, and guess what? He's a high up mafia guy. True story. You can look him up. He gets arrested for like millions of dollars. Like they build some statue in Palermo by the port when they take him down. Yes, he probably had a gun. And I'm like, Dad, your definition of famous and my definition of infamous are two totally different things.
He's evil.
Hold on a second.
Yes, talk to me, Goose.
Do you realize what this means? Now, Ro, while you were gone, we had Andrew Novak sitting in your chair. And Scoop talked about a dream he's had of burying a body in his backyard. And now we got a guy that's got contacts.
Hands-on experience.
I got contacts.
It's in your blood, bro.
Legit contacts. Like, I went down there. We're like, yeah, I'm a Marchante. They're like,
oh my God. Oh my God.
What's up, you?
Bro, you're a mafia dog.
It was amazing. It was amazing. And when I looked at his picture, I'm like,
is he still alive?
Yes, he's still alive. So apparently he did like 7 years of hard prison. Now he's just on house arrest. He's probably like, thin slicing the prosciutto, just like you saw in that movie, like, Goodfellas. He's thin slicing it. That's probably him, just like calling the shots like nothing ever happened. I don't know. I didn't want to go look him up.
Great uncle or?
Yeah, he's an uncle. He's on the side, my grandfather's brother. It was like his kid, and that's who it is. Yeah, his last name still there. And the only thing when I looked in a picture, I'm like, oh yeah, he's related because we're Italians, but like my side, we have light eyes. And it was like, holy cow. I was like, Dad, did you just drop this bomb when we come over here? Cheers.
You're the nephew of a mafia don in Italy.
Yes.
It
was amazing.
That's the dream.
And then the fact when I was out there, I listened to the episode. I'm like, what is going on with Scoop saying Bobby McFerrin died? He wasn't even dead. And I'm in Sicily, in Palermo, and right behind me, I'm like, I gotta press record. And here's this Italian dude playing. Don't worry, be happy. What are the odds?
The universe is funny.
Yeah. Listen, man, the
great,
world loves that song.
Great point.
Anybody can play that song. Anywhere you play it, everyone's gonna have a smile on their face.
Oh yeah, they're weird. I love the fact they embrace like American music a lot over there. I heard a lot of it, just like a random on radio station. It'd be like a full on Italian song, and then it would be that. But they're like their genres and how they convolute them, they have no clue. So it's like at one point you're listening to an Italian song and in comes Ace of Bases, All That She Wants Is Another Baby, right? And then another Italian song comes on, and then the next song is like Enter Sandman by Metallica. Like, bro, we love American music. Yeah, well, we're kind of a little genre specific here. You guys, next song is like I Will Survive.
Oh God,
they got no
clue. It all in together, man.
Yeah, it's got English words, so let's just put it on there on the Italian radio. But I'm glad to be back. I missed you boys, so let's rock and roll, man. Let's rock and roll.
By the
Greentree.
way, quick question before we get to Greentree. How were you received as an American in Italy? Because we just talked about Scoop.
I stuck out. I do. I look a lot like my dad. My dad was able, like when they saw him, they talked Italian, and when they looked at me, they're kind of like, who are you, bro? Because I'm on the bigger side. So, like, I'm husky.
Bro, you're muscle for the mob.
Oh, yeah. I make you swim with the fishes. You can't even understand. But no, they're cool. I will say that in Sicily, and especially where I was, Italians, they're like kind of standoffish. They're not going to really go out of – it's not like a southern town like where you're at, Jenners. It's like, we're like, how you doing, y'all? You want some sweet tea? Like, howdy, ma'am. Like, they're not going to howdy, ma'am you. They're not going to even acknowledge you. If you start spending money, though – they love you. They love you. But they're not one to just routinely engage in conversations. They're not going out of their way to talk to an American. They just didn't with me anyways, or my family. But if you want to buy an arancini, right? You want to buy some calamari. Yeah, they're like, hey, come here, and then they're your best friend in the world.
Sure.
So
okay.
Yeah.
Just curious.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Fight 72. All right,
let's go.
Okay.
That's the best I got.
Let's go. Bro. Before we get into football, we really screwed the pooch last week. We did like a 90-minute show, and we didn't make a single mention of the super regionals. We are awful. Oh my God, brutal. So, anyways, they happen. So let's go. I know you got the hat on. Let's talk about. Let's give a little bit of time to what JD did. Just the season in general. Was our first super regional in a number of years. We were hard on him early on.
I look back at my tweets and I know there was some like animosity towards him, some venomous, just like, oh, we're going to go after JD. And I think a lot of it's probably carryover from the Manny Diaz era, right? They didn't want to trickle down higher. They didn't like it on the football side. So I think that carries over for JD, unfortunately and unnecessarily, right? I really do believe that. When I looked at my tone and when I was making those tweets, and I don't know if it ever came out that way, I knew baseball is a very finicky sport, right? It's very finicky. You could do what Texas did and you get bounced. Right. And what's the point of that? The whole time they're thinking, College World Series or bust. They get bounced out of the super regionals and for all for naught. Meanwhile, we have a team barely scraping by in the ACC. There was thought and chatter. We weren't even going to get in. We get in, we do well. We get to the super regional. We are basically a couple plays, man. If you hustle down the line a little bit more, that bothered me a lot. Just hustle down the line. Maybe you beat that like catcher to first base double play. And then we dive and we miss a ball. If you dive and you catch it, Miami could be playing for a College World Series. You're only a couple plays away in that game for playing for the College World Series. I think it gets JD the other year that he was going to get anyways, but it's a lesson to all Hurricanes fans. Hockey, it's about whose goalie is hot at the end of the year. Typically, that's what kind of is the resolve piece. In baseball, just let it play out. When the final out happens, right? When the final out happens, then you go ahead and you look at the whole season in parts. I think we can look into the season in parts and realize that, hey, you know what? JD had a very successful season. He did. You can't say that he didn't. One run away, two runs actually from being in the College World Series.
Yeah, listen, for me, been pretty silent about baseball the entire season. In full disclosure, some of you may have picked up on it before, but my nephew is one of the top 3 commits going into Miami next year, and just did not want to, have to deal with, shit, your uncle said fucking months ago or whatever. Yeah. But let me ask you this. But I was thinking about this during the postseason in general. Is it possible that JD is a better manager than he was a pitching coach?
I had a conversation with a buddy of mine too, and he was a commit to the University of Miami at one point himself.
Like, is he a better CEO?
It could be. It could be, because the thing where I feel like I want him to kind of get more of the power arms that the college baseball stratosphere has kind of gravitated to, and he kind of goes more to the pitching route. Well, what was he? He wasn't like that power pitcher. He just knew how to pitch. So it's the one thing where I wish he can have a disconnect from, but you might see it in action, right? You might see, okay, I got a feel for this. Now I got this under my belt, continue to get that experience. And you could be onto something. Maybe he is a better manager. I still think it's going to come down to recruiting. I still think it's about pitching. It's always going to be about pitching.
Mm-hmm.
And we live in a generation, in an era, and I don't know if JD's embraced it or not. It's a drive line generation. For people who are into the baseball realm, they understand what that means. They have taught guys to like literally hit their peak potentials in terms of spin rates and velocities and everything like that. And I just think when you see some of these SEC teams and some of these powerhouses in the ACC, they're throwing guys with like 3 figures all the time. Like those Joyce guys come out of the pen and they're just like, they're touching 102, 103 and it's game over. I still think the University of Miami needs to go ahead and get those arms and join the arms race that way if they can dedicate money. But, yeah, you could be onto some good CEO. And I think a lot of it kind of coincided too when Daniel Cuvée got like absolutely hot. He was slow at the beginning of the year. He got hot late. He's a great player. And when he got hot late, I think he was able to do some damage and carry that team.
Listen, they made it a very memorable season. Talk about a roller coaster from the beginning to the middle to then even like, getting run ruled by Cal in the ACC tournament. I mean, that was a low point, then rebounding into the regionals. It was, good job by JD. Good job by the kids keeping their head in. At 15-15, he turned that thing around, and they obviously will run through a wall for him. So that certainly matters for something. And I know they just got a pretty big transfer coming in from the West Coast, second baseman, I believe. So yeah. We'll see how else they fill out the roster. But you're right, man. You really need to have that third starter. And by third starter, I mean a third starter that's touching.
Lucas did a really good job.
No, he did.
And then obviously you got a freshman that comes in and was second team All-American. Good job to him as well, St. Thomas kid. So let's go. You can't
be losing guys like how we lost Sear to Florida. We got to keep the guys that we have here in house.
Some of the stud arms, right?
Yep.
And I get it. I get it. You want to value the pitching side of it too, but you have to join the arms race in terms of pitching. I was thinking of wholesale in terms of University of Miami athletics. Just think about like some of the ups and downs we have to go through, right? Because you talk about the JD year, what it was earlier in the year, a lot of people calling for his job and everything like that. Shouldn't have been hired, yada yada yada. You saw the Jim Larrañaga thing. He gets to the Final Four and everything like that, just to have the wheels fall off, right? You get this meteoric high and then you get this valley low, and then you talk about Mario Cristobal or all that, and you can't call a timeout against Georgia Tech, right? At a certain point, Miami athletics, can we please just like have this flat line? Not a flat line, I don't know, that's the bad word, but this homeostasis line where we don't really have to go to cataclysmic bottoms in order to have this happen.
There's no real bottoming out.
Oh my goodness, the life of a Hurricanes fan when you follow different sports. There's no baseline, right? Yeah. It's just like it's either all or nothing sometimes, or nothing and nothing. So we need more. Stay alive. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, listen, there was big news on that front row because the judge in that NCAA settlement case came through and approved the settlement. So basically what this means is schools can now compensate athletes directly, and each school is going to have $20.5 million annually to spread around. And that 20.5 is for all the sports, right? That's for golf and tennis and everybody else as well. The NIL deals are what will allow you to circumvent that cap of 20.5 and go over that. So that's where all the real money is going to be happening. How do you think this works? Does this work in Miami's favor? Does it not work in their favor? This is a whole different, this is now minor league sports, bro. This is minor league sports. I think it greatly benefits Miami sports, because again, anything over the table when you have a recruiter with the last name of Cristobal is going to put you into the race. Miami Hurricanes football doesn't have an arms race problem, right? They join the arms race and they can close it. That's what I need JD to do in terms of pitching arms. He needs to join that arms race and make sure he gets the physical arms. Mario Cristobal doesn't have that issue. So now you're going to give him even more. And I was thinking where my mind went to, all right, how do we capitalize? How do we monopolize this well? I'd be like, all right, that 22 million, whatever you were talking about, that's that cap money. Hear me out. How about we don't even touch the football team with that money? We literally give it to the other sports, right? And then all the NIL, we literally raise the NIL
because we've been doing well with the NIL, and we don't really have to raise the NIL with the other sports. They can go ahead and take this money and use this to spread around and do your thing. If you want a little NIL for your own pocket, but you should be able to field successful teams at the U year after year with this $22 million that you could spread around different sports. And then football, we raise another $22 million and we just give that to the football team. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, it could be. I'm just thinking outside the box. I was just like, we know football. They're going to say we generate the most money for the university. They do. We deserve the most money. I don't know, but especially when you look at baseball. Major League Baseball, they make a lot more money than NFL counterparts. It just so happens that the the college counterparts make more money for the college university, so they expect to be paid for. But maybe we come up with a different attitude or avenue.
NIL deals after July 1st that are over $600 will now be subject to oversight to go through a clearinghouse to make sure they are for a valid business purpose and not just a pay-to-play. Each school, as we said, can distribute that $20.5 million. Now, they're also going to have to give money to past Miami players. Like all these schools are going to have to pay some of the former players that have been in here recently some money as well. So I don't know how they figured that whole thing out. It's also interesting, like, what happens if you paid a chunk of cash to a recruit before July 1st, but then there's money after July 1st when they sign like that? So how that whole thing works, like with the Jackson Cantwell. But it seems like these deals now, they'll have to be a return on investment. Basically go back to the way Ruiz was doing it, where they actually had to, be promoting a product and you had to be actually like an endorser. And the company had to be getting return on that investment. That's apparently what this clearinghouse is going to figure out and put a number on. But here's the other thing. It's certainly that number is going to benefit schools that have a huge reach and are in bigger markets. So like a school like Ohio State that has a huge national brand, they're going to be able to get bigger NIL deals through than a school like Middle Tennessee State. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so there's still going to be haves and have-nots. Miami will be on the have side. It should be, being in Miami, just an international city and hub and everything, should be just a ton of huge lucrative NIL opportunities. And also, we're going to see how private equity comes into this. Private equity now going to be teaming up with universities. So like you're going to have a hedge fund that teams up with Miami so that now all of a sudden they can move this money around faster. Like, this is ridiculous, bro.
Well, the return of investment too, if they're going to go ahead and pay you, obviously it's going to be performance-based too. You're going to have to get people to come out, analyze the money, where it goes, analyze your salary cap, which I think the University of Miami is already doing on the NIL side, but now you just have another pot to analyze and to manage. I just literally see it. If you're not putting up the numbers Cam Ward did, well, you're not going to get Cam Ward money.
Another funny aspect here. All Miami stuff's going to stay private because they're a private university. They're not public. All these Ohio State's, all their stuff's going to be public now. What the school's paying athletes, that is now public. That there'll be no, we think it's this much. We'll have an actual hard number because that'll be public information every single year.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Right, welcome to the new Wild Wild West. Listen, we started our podcast when there was no NIL. All right, we did. Now it's just part of daily life. Now we just get to see this. And we said once it went through that this was going to be Wild Wild West. And now we get to see the Wild Wild West materialize. Now we're doing the behind the scenes documentary. Now we get to see exactly where the money goes in certain institutions. This is great.
How old's Franco?
Franco is about to be 14 in 3 days.
Okay. So 10 years from now, Franco's 25, right? 11 years from now, you and him are sitting on the couch watching Miami Hurricane game. Do you think the college football and experience that he is watching with all this money in it now will be more fun and better than what you grew up on?
No, I don't think so, Toast, because here's the problem. Just so much like once money or a monetary value gets attached to that, I feel like there's other certain dynamics that are going to press on things that rob the game from like its general institution of just like being kids, letting kids play. Now they're professionals. And I think we can all agree that the college game with all its pageantry and its history is a lot better than the NFL, at least in my opinion. The NFL went so corporate, and I feel, Toast, that's going to kind of happen too. because there's going to be this corporate buy-in. And once you have the corporate buy-in, you get this corporate influence. And then you're going to have to watch what you say and watch what you do. And no, you can't do that because we're paying you. And no, you can't do the suck it when somebody scores a touchdown. You can't even do this. You can't even do that. So I don't think they're going to be able to enjoy. I don't think Franco and myself are going to be able to enjoy the game like we enjoyed when we watched the original bad boys of the University of Miami play. I just don't see it happen.
You know what you'll never see again now with the new roster limits and everything? You'll never see a Rudy again. You're never going to see a walk-on again. No more walk-ons.
Yeah.
Like that whole 30 for 30 or whatever, that whole thing about the walk-on for whatever school. Yeah, those are gone. Preferred walk-ons. Nebraska is legendary for defensive preferred walk-ons that have actually made a name for themselves. Gone. Now you get a full
some of my
scholarship.
favorite videos every single year. It does not matter if I know it's what it's about to be. I'm going to watch it from start to finish. Is when that walk on gets a scholarship and the teammates go crazy and the coaches go crazy.
Yep.
It's one of the coolest things in sports.
Well, I'm glad there's video of it because you'll never see it again.
Yeah. Tear.
Listen, man, it's the new day. It's the new age. Hopefully, listen. All I know is that I will enjoy the hell out of all of this as long as Miami's winning.
Yeah. I think we got the pieces to do it. University of Miami, since the Mario Cristobal inception and since the, hey, it doesn't have to be mutually exclusive speech by you down there. Yeah, that's just because where I see you on the way my screens are set up here. Hey, man, they put their money where their mouth is, and at least they're going to try, right? They're not going to do it from a bargain basement perspective. They've invested a lot in Mario Cristobal, and you can see, and I think it's going to pay off. I really do. Just got to be patient.
Our man David Lake with the good hair.
Mm-hmm.
He put out a piece on 24/7 with the high ceiling and low floor players by position. We don't need to go through all of them, but some of the highlights at running back. And I thought this one was pretty interesting, and I actually agree with this one. He has the floor Mark Fletcher and the ceiling Jordan Lyle. And that's not an insult to Mark Fletcher. Like Mark Fletcher is like the base. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not going to be. And if someone's going to really pop in, it's going to be Jordan.
I don't disagree with that too. I don't even think Scoop, who's always been that aficionado of running backs, I don't think he's going to disagree with that either. And it's not that Mark Fletcher is a bad back at all. No, he's a great back. He's a quintessential NFL style back. He's a guy that could take a licking and give a licking, and he's got that gear, and he's the quintessential prototype like NFL back to me. He's that guy. He's that mill. Jordan is this thing where he's just this balance monster, right? And he's got that gear and just something about him. He just has this knack and this niche and this vision, and he just seems to put it all together really, really well. And when he's in, you've always seen it. It's like just there's this certain thing about him. You can't, even if you can't explain it, you watch him, you're like, that kid's special. So I agree, David Lake with the great hair. I think he is the ceiling. I think if there's a back that's going to go, like, so if you said this, okay, and this is just hypothetical. All right, one of the Miami backs this year is going to shock the world and be a Heisman. It's Jordan Lyle.
Yeah.
It's Jordan Lyle. I think that. And it's nothing against Mark Fletcher. He's amazing. I just think Jordan Lyle's that dude.
Okay.
I heard the guy was an absolute stud.
I'm breaking out old
Thanks,
AI Scoop clips. Now.
Go back to Paris.
Paris. He's sleeping right now. All right, outside receiver. This one's interesting. So he's got the floor as the BYU transfer, Keelan Marion. He's got the ceiling as JoJo. I think I kind of agree with that as well.
That's fair too.
Yeah.
Guy knows his stuff. JoJo, another guy. There's a wide receiver at Miami that is shocking the world. It's JoJo Trent.
It's JoJo, yes.
Yeah.
And I listen, I have firmly believed that that's what is going to happen for the last 6 months. I firmly believe that he is going to make noise week one.
I got a question for you. Since it's kind of along this topic, but it's a little like, it's a little off-ramp topic here at the same time. Who on the Miami roster this year, if they end up being an All-American, who do you think it would be?
Outside of Beck?
Anyone. Who's going to be an All-American this year?
For me, it is one of two. It's JoJo or Xavier Lucas.
Ooh, Xavier Lucas is a good pick. Free Lucas. OJ
This
Frederick.
defense, he's going to be on an island a lot. And he's going to have a chance to.
Yeah, they are going to put you do have a sleeper pick of having a defensive guy.
Yeah,
I don't know. Do you think our right tackle's time to be an All-American? I mean, this is
100. Oh no, absolutely 100. Yeah, no, yes, Francis, absolutely 100%. Yes. There's multiple. Listen, we should be hanging a few banners up there possibly in the off season.
And that's the thing. That's Mario down the road, not year one. Hey, we don't have a lot of NFL guys around our program. I think this year you're going to, and that's the sign of a healthy program that could potentially play for success in later months of the year.
No, yes, I think maybe you could have a legit shot at like a few All-Americans. We'll see, but all right, cornerback. So their floor, Ethan O'Connor, and then Xavier Lucas is the ceiling.
I agree. I still think OJ Frederick and Xavier Lucas are going to be a great tandem on the corner islands. I think either one of them could just lock up an island and give you so much freedom. I think those two are arguably going to be like the best cornerback tandem in the ACC this year.
In your mind, assuming that Bo Xavier and OJ stay healthy, when's the last time Miami will have had a starting tandem like that at the corners?
Ooh, because I'm trying to think about those years that were, and I think both of these guys made the NFL, and I think they were on the roster together. I could be wrong. And it was Mike Jack and it was Corn Elder.
Ooh.
I think those two were both on a team together. And I remember Corn because Al Golden put him in.
Yep.
And Al Golden was like, he was like coming out from Tennessee and he was like an athlete. And then we found out that he was going to be a corner only. And we're like, he's such an exciting, like Mr. Tennessee kind of a player. And he ended up being damn good for us as a corner, right? Ended up going to play for Carolina. I know he got hurt and kind of derailed a lot of that. I know Mike Jack did pretty good in the NFL too. So, Al Golden had a pretty good eye for talent, especially on the defensive side of the ball. So like that was the last time, Toast.
Okay. Yeah. I thought it was actually possibly going to be even further back than that.
That's that. And listen, Al Golden's going back a few years now.
No, dude, Al Golden is going back like 15 years now, right? Like
exactly,
right?
Not to date us. Not to date us.
So
that's old now.
Before we talk about our friends, a couple last Kane things I want to get to,
and then I have one Kane thing too, right at the end.
All right, so we got 3 Kane things to get to before we get to our friends. I think Mario might pull a top 3 class here. I know he's like number 8 right now. I apparently from just reading stuff, nothing that I know, but just the amount of 5 stars that apparently we're still like legitimately in play for. I think he might. Yeah, this might be a monster class.
This is why you got to give Mario some patience. Full stop. Yeah, you don't find recruiters like him on trees. That just doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen. Not everybody recruits that way. He's got to figure it out on the game thing. I understand that, but he's going to have more opportunity to get it right because he has the talent to do it. He doesn't have a razor thin talent margin. He's going to be able to access it. Just let him access it. Top 3 class, give it to me all day. Give me one. I don't care. Be greedy.
All day. And we got to wish a fine goodbye and many, many thanks to Coach Aaron Feld, who is stepping away to spend more time as a dad and a husband, which is absolutely an incredibly noble reason to be a great dad and husband. So we realize how much time this sport takes. I mean, listen, Mario's wife has made mention. These guys are always at the office. Man, they're never around. So props to him for putting family first. He's done an amazing job. I was wondering why we were bringing in a few guys over the last month and a half, coaches for that department, and now that makes sense. But he has left us in great shape, built a great culture in that weight room, and it'll continue on. So thanks, Coach Feld.
And then when you see what it's about, it seems like it's a family-related issue. He just wants to focus on being a father, and you got to tip your cap to somebody like that.
Nothing but respect.
Nothing but absolutely huge ups in respect. Hold on. So I got one more thing.
Okay.
I'd like to talk some Miami Hurricanes volleyball, if I could.
Please.
All right. So this, in 3 days, June 14th, happens to be my son's birthday, but it's also the Jose Gandera Experience Camp, which is kind of like similar volleyball-wise to like, Paradise Camp and stuff like that, where you get to work with coach, only for elite prospects. Well, one Natalia Marcianti
I think you said the last name wrong. I think you said it wrong.
Natalia Marcianti.
There we go.
She was just rated by Volleyball Recruit as a 4-star recruit, top 25 recruit in the country. Will be going to that camp. So she will be on the Gables this weekend, and I'm excited for it. So
who's the head coach for Miami Volleyball?
Jose Gandera.
Does he know who her great uncle is?
Who her great uncle is.
Run, he's got a gun.
I'm just saying. Just saying. To all the coaches that come calling, you might want to know who her great uncle is.
Yeah, so super excited. It was very hats off to the V-Ball Recruiter account for featuring her recently. That was amazing going into the Miami camp. She's super excited too. So go get them, Tally Bear. With that being said,
hold on, bro. Let me just say it is so freaking cool because both you and Scoop with your daughters and what's going on. As someone that doesn't have kids, it is really cool to see. And you guys are such awesome dads.
But look at you as an awesome uncle, dude, with Dylan, dude. It's so cool. He was on the pod with us, too. I mean, you're screaming. You lose your voice going out there, too. You get to see him go to. You've had a podcast for 10 years. Like, he was 7. He was probably when we started. He was like 7 years old, dude. And then now he's a grown-ass man dropping bombs and throwing like 100 from the outfield. And then he gets to go to the University of Miami on a full ride. So, no, it's definitely cool to witness. But like I said, it's you take it in part. You take it in part, but super excited for the opportunity. Thank you to the University of Miami volleyball team, and we'll see what Tao can do. With that being said, I know what someone can do, and that's Paul Bange Roofing. And there's a number you need to remember, and it's easy. It's 981 Roof. I'm a dyslexic mofo. I don't know if you know this. You go back and look into the history of row on the Orange Bowl boys. I go back and listen to myself, and I say things backwards all the time, right? I can't remember shit, but I can remember 981 Roof. 981 Roof. It's been raining recently because it's that time of year. It's hurricane season. It's actual hurricane season because we crossed over the threshold on June 1st. We've had some heavy rains, live testimonial, and it's no BS. They came, they fixed a couple roof leaks. I feel great. I have the protection of Paul Bange. You should have the protection of Paul Bange. Huge Miami Hurricane fans, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter what fan of what program you're on, as long as you know the wonder. 561-954-305. It doesn't matter. 98 Roof is the number. Paul Bange Roofing. Give him a call because his name's Paul. Give me a call. Give him a call. Paul Bange Roofing.
You know what Sunday is?
Talk to me.
Father's Day.
Oh, it's Father's Day. That's right.
Father's Day. If you're looking for a good gift for dad who happens to be a Canes fan, Miami HTS right now, 20% off Father's Day collection sale. Go ahead, click on that. If you want to buy stuff that isn't already on a discount, you can use promo code OBB25 for a 20% off discount. Then you can also go to manscaped.com and get everything you need there. Put in promo code OBB, and you'll also get 20% off all the stuff that you need so that, listen, as we talked with Novak, this is the summer season. You're going golfing. You don't want chafing on the inner thighs. Manscaped can help you with that.
And they have lotions for that too.
You can always tell the guys on the golf course that have chafing because the way they're walking by the 17th hole, they got like that turtle walk.
Oh, we've all been there, man. We've all been there.
I need my knees to be far apart.
It's like Ernie said about when Shaq,
a little bit off.
When Shaq ran off stage, but Ernie's, I don't like his gait. I don't like his gait.
Yeah. You can
this is not the only ball I'm worried about right now. These other two are driving me nuts.
Hey, listen, it's also a big weekend. We had Novak on. It's the U.S. Open. There is a U.S. Open package by BTB. So you can go to his website, get all in that. Also, he has now dropped the BTB Tennis Club, and he's doing well on the tennis. He's been killing the NHL Stanley Cup. I think it's probably too late to get in on that because there's only a couple of games left. But he's been dominating the postseason, especially with his 2 and 3 unit bets. Baseball is hot as hell right now, and before you know it, it's going to be football again. But he's got baseball and golf and tennis going on all summer long. So more reason to go to Beatin the Bookie and get them packages.
The package. I also had my nephew. He's like, hey, Uncle Frank. And I'm like, yeah, buddy. He goes, do you have a razor? It's like, yeah, I have a razor. Not for your face. Yeah, I'll give you the Manscaped number 2.
Yeah, you don't want
It's
to
a
share.
family dinner topic now in your house.
Yeah.
seems
Yeah,
like.
I had my
Goodness.
son, now I had my nephew.
Yeah.
Hey, man, chafing sucks.
Listen,
that's it.
it's important that the boys know that you use separate razors for those. Separate clippers. You do not. Yeah, the balls clippers and the facial clippers are 2 separate clippers.
Now every time I hear the Los Angeles Clippers, I'm going to think of the ball clippers.
Not those Clippers.
Not those clippers.
Not
The
those
Los
Clippers.
Angeles ball clippers.
Oh man. Well, with the way they've played the last few years, you're probably not far off. Yeah.
All right, Jenners, take over this crazy shit.
Oh,
Please.
yeah, that'll get us back on track. Well, do you want to start with the biggest hockey fight I've ever seen in my entire life?
How fucking
Game
awesome was
3.
that?
Oh my God.
How
I've
awesome
never
was that?
seen full
It was
teams.
Slapshot.
It was full team fight. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, it was the last time I saw it was in Slapshot with the Hanson brothers.
Yeah. That was pretty good. But the highlight of the fight, let's go to Local 10's coverage of the game. And this young girl named Sophia, who went super viral this week because she was asked, how'd you like the game?
We interviewed 9-year-old Sophia here before the game, and I asked her what her favorite part of Florida Panthers games are. Sophia, what is your favorite part of Panthers game?
The fighting.
The fighting. Okay, so now I have to ask you, now that it has become the big story from this game, what did you think about the fighting, especially in that third period?
It was really good, and I really liked how they punched each other a lot.
Bravo.
God bless this woman, this young girl. God bless her.
It's part of the sport.
I really liked how they punched each other in the face a lot.
Yeah.
It's part of the
9.
sport. That's why we love hockey. That's why they'll never take it out.
No.
They'll never take it out. Nor
Nope.
should they.
No.
Nor should they ever.
Never.
Ever.
Never take it out.
Yeah.
How
I love that 51st state of ours.
How many little girls' rear ends has that little girl beaten in her day?
Oh my
Just on a
God.
playground fight. Someone
No, you
crossing
don't
your
wanna- yeah.
dodgeball.
I could see her dad. I don't know what she looks like because I haven't seen the clip, right? I just got
She's
back
just a
to the
cute
United.
little 9-year-old girl, man.
She's a little
Yeah.
tiny 9-year-old girl,
Yeah.
yeah.
But I think I have a better chance of describing what her father looks like.
I think he might be bald with a goatee. Not sure.
Little muscular build.
He's got a sleeve on
Probably
his right
some
arm.
kind of
yeah.
like army-esque service kind of t-shirt. You know,
Punisher
I
sticker
gotta
on
see
the
that.
truck, you know.
Yeah.
No, Father of the Year. Possible Father of the Year. He's taught her well.
That's my daughter.
Early nominee.
Absolutely. I
Early
will say
nominee.
this though, man. I am these Edmonton fans are just a lot of bitching on social media. Like they are just whiners. Like this whole like Canada not winning a cup for like whatever it's been like 150 years. It's really wearing on them.
And I think it doubly hurts them because it's the Florida Panthers.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they show overhead shots and there's like a swamp behind them for all they know. Yeah, it's an Everglades. It's a river of grass. It's actually a river. If you look it up, you can look that up. That's actually a true fact. But they literally like, it doesn't snow there. It's not their pastime. How can we get our ass kicked? Because we got a bunch of Canadian-born players. That's how.
Yeah, exactly. They wanted to get the hell
We
out of
ain't
Edmonton.
stupid.
Right?
Yeah, we ain't stupid.
Good God,
It's not like
man.
a bunch of Florida kids on that.
I mean,
Even
seriously,
though
how
Florida
many-
hockey has gotten better.
When's the last time you ever heard anyone say, I'm taking a vacation, we're taking the family to Edmonton?
I don't know, the Griswolds on some kind of mistake.
Come on, man.
No way. Not even
Come
that.
on,
Not even
bro.
that. They're not even that stupid.
All right. Yeah, how many games do you think this thing goes?
I don't know. I got a bad feeling about this. No, I actually don't have a bad feeling about this.
They don't have you on this thing.
I think it's gonna go 6. I think
Yeah,
it's gonna go.
6 or 7.
I think Florida wins. Go back to Edmonton, they lose close, and then I think Florida just takes them out in Game 6.
Okay. All right.
In front of the home fans again.
All right.
College Game Day announced they're going back week 1 to the initial site of the first headgear that Lee Corso put on. Texas Ohio State is your week 1 game for College Game Day, and it'll be the last hurrah for Lee Corso. He'll put the helmet on one more time, and off that tradition will probably ride. Do you think they should just hang it up with Lee, or do you think they try to keep that going?
I think the tradition shouldn't be kept alive, to be honest, in its iteration. I don't think somebody should put on a headdress. If they want to pick somebody at the end and make like a more kind of like ceremonious like pick, I'm fine with that. But the head pick thing, and hey, wish Lee well. I mean, it's a little past his time. It's been past his time, I think, now for about 5 seasons, but he's been a staple for our viewing pleasure for years and years and years. Wish him well with the time he has left. Please don't play that one clip, though.
Stay alive.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, listen. So I'm glad that it's only the first game and it's not like a whole full season. Like goodbye to Lee Corso. I'm glad it'll be over after week
Smart.
1. I don't think you're going to keep the headdress thing the head gear going again, because the person that had to do that would then shift to Saban, and there's not a chance in hell Nick Saban is doing that. There's no way that Nick Saban is putting on mascot headgear
McAfee's the only one that would do it, I think.
Yeah, but I don't even know if I think McAfee could do something different. Like I don't know, like change,
rip his shirt off,
do something different. Yeah, come up with a new original thing. That had a nice 25-year run.
Yeah.
Do something different now for the picks. Let that kind of go with Lee. So,
Agreed.
But I'm glad it'll be over after week 1.
Why did the Steelers sign Aaron Rodgers this week? I'm just confused by the Aaron Rodgers thing at this point.
Still mad that he's not the VP.
Yeah, that would have been way more entertaining. It would have been way more entertaining if he ran with RFK.
I mean, it just seems like this literally seems like a situation where he was the only one left standing and this was the only chair left. They're like a forced marriage.
Yeah.
And they're just doing it because they had to have somebody. I mean, listen, his last 2, last year was absolutely horrific in New York. It was terrible. He looked awful. He looked
honestly,
every
last
bit
few
of
years
50
in
years
Green Bay
old.
weren't very good.
No, exactly. So I mean,
in Aaron's situation, he's a lot more. I'm going to just say this: he's a lot more red-pilled, right? So I think in Aaron's perspective, taking a last huge big payday, because I don't think like the networks are going to come calling for him to like be part of like their game day ceremony, right? He's not going the announcer, right? I don't see that happening for him just because of where his stances have notoriously been, right? Mm-hmm. So taking the pay, his contract was good. When I heard his contract, I'm like, really? I mean, he got that much guaranteed. I think it was 10, 15 million. Where else is he going to get a job where he's going to make 10 to 15 million a year? Right. So smart on his part. I mean, a little perplexing on the Steelers' part because maybe they weren't watching the same film, but I feel like he's taking the payday to take the payday.
Well, listen, you signed DK Metcalf. You got DK Metcalf. You certainly let him know that you were going to get a different quarterback in. You had to find someone. If Aaron Rodgers is the guy, you couldn't go with Mason Rudolph for crying out loud.
Go Pokes.
Whatever.
You could, but
I mean, you got rid of Field, so whatever. Yeah.
So I've lost my hype on Aaron Rodgers over the last 6 or 7 years. Is there a player in pro sports you don't understand the hype on? People love him. You don't really get it.
LeBron James.
You don't get the LeBron hype?
Not anymore.
Did you get it when he was in a Heat jersey?
Little bit until that first playoff series against the Dallas Mavericks. And that's honestly, that was the seed I was planted because I was like, my Michael Jordan would never. And that's literally what I'm like, what is going on? This guy does not want it. He does not want it. So
arguably one of the best players ever, but yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't see it in it. Okay. And I don't think I don't buy the hype that he's not a great player. He is a great player. There's so many other players I think are greater than him.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, this is easy hindsight. I mean, I never believed the hype around Ben Simmons, the whole second coming of like the next LeBron James nonsense bullshit. Like, absolutely not.
It's a good one.
God, I don't know, like the hype. Who have not believed the hype on?
Can I give you one that's probably maybe a little unconventional? I never really bought the hype on Eli Manning. And he won 2 Super Bowls. He beat Tom Brady twice.
Yeah, but I still think.
But I think besides those 2 moments, he was a very pedestrian quarterback.
Very much so. He's Daniel Jones with 2 Super Bowls.
Well, that's wow. Now that's
no. I'm like if he never won Super Bowls, he's Daniel Jones. He's just another long list of failed Giants quarterbacks. Right?
God,
it's just,
Jesus.
Like Peyton Manning was up here.
To go that far.
Peyton Manning is up here. Daniel Jones. But last time I left, I was talking to you about about the comparison between Trevor Lawrence's stats and Daniel Jones's stats.
Yeah,
Daniel Jones got paid. It's like Eli was Eli. I mean, if it is what it is. I agree though, but Eli was never that spectacular as a quarterback.
All right.
I mean, think about Eli's signature play. What was it?
That was the David Tyree catch on the helmet.
Yeah, and it's because of David Tyree. Thank you.
Right.
It wasn't some crazy play that he was able. It wasn't a Lamar Jackson-esque thing. It wasn't. It wasn't a bullet to find Marvin Harrison in the background, who later found a different bullet for something else.
No, a guy went up and caught it.
That was Plaxico Burress.
It's like all of Eli's things were always revolving around his wide receiver bailing him out of with a great play. There was like Aaron Rodgers. You know how many times I've seen him slide over, just look like a slinky and just sling it 65 yards. He has so many signature plays. Eli Manning has 0, where it doesn't involve somebody making a great catch for him. Was the Odell Beckham catch? Was that
Eli?
Because that was a while ago too.
It was. Yes, I think
was that Eli? All right.
It's wide receivers bailing him out. That's all it is.
Yeah. All right. Last thing before we get to 5 questions, which I'm sure Rome's excited for because he hasn't had to do it in a few weeks. Joey Chestnut looks like he's going to be making his return.
Oh, he's
to the
unsuspended?
4th of July. He is. They're using talks right now with Major League Eating
because he got banned, right? Because he joins
the
like the Live of Eating.
Yes,
well, he's sponsored. Yeah, he signed a hot dog deal with a plant-based hot dog.
You can't do that.
Yeah, that's the
Live
of
of Eating.
Yeah, the Live of Eating. Like he did. He jumped away from the PGA and joined the Live of Eating.
Oh God,
that's it. Well, welcome back. It's not the same without you.
No, you got it.
It's the most disgusting friggin' I don't even watch it. It's just I want to vomit watching it.
Oh, it's so good.
Like who the hell dunks bread in water and eats it?
No, it's just a straight showcase of just disgusting human behavior.
Yeah, the whole whoever decided like, if I drink water, it's gonna go down easier. I'm like, that's just the most disgusting thing.
Like the fact that competition is not like title sponsored by Ozempic or any of those fat pens is ridiculous. Like, I mean,
fat pens,
Jesus,
fat big,
all of them. It's like 85 fat pens out there.
A fat big.
I'm not using any of them.
A fat blunk. Oh my goodness. Welcome back.
Goodness. All right, there you go. Let's get to it.
All right.
5 questions.
Product.
What is the worst? Oh, you got
I got right on you on that one.
Damn.
What is the worst candy you have ever eaten?
Ooh.
Skittles.
Oh, you were anti the rainbow, huh?
I hate original Skittles. I hate
really?
them. I hate them.
Wait, what are the other Skittles? I didn't know there was anything.
Well, they do all different brands of sour Skittles and tropical Skittles.
There's the purple one, the berry one.
Oh, there's a purple one. You're right.
There's also a sour one. There's a sour one.
It's like licking a penny.
Oh.
Fucking love Skittles.
Yeah,
Up until I found out they had ammonium dioxide.
I don't think the Skittles are going to be the same. RFK touched them.
No, they ain't going to be the same.
No, they're all going to be gray.
Mm-hmm. Gray death pills.
For me, it was like a licorice candy.
Mm.
I mean, licorice, when you eat licorice, that's like the equivalency of eating an octopus asshole. I mean, I've never eaten one, but I swear it probably tastes like that. It's just disgusting. I hate licorice. And it was like a licorice candy. I'm like, this is horrible.
So are you saying an octopus's ass tastes like a licorice because it shoots out the black ink? Is that the thought process?
I think so. And where I just was, they serve octopus everywhere.
I just had some octopus down the street last week. It did not taste like licorice.
Oh, when it's cooked, it's fine. But when it's like swimming around and it's still alive, I mean,
I
if
also
you're just
did
like
not eat
licking
the
around.
tentacles. I did not eat the asshole. Correct. Yes, I did not eat the asshole of it.
That's why.
Yeah.
I mean, do we even know do octopuses have an asshole?
I'm sure they
have
do.
a sphincter.
They probably do. They have to.
This is like the kid's book from hell.
How do we know?
Does the octopus have?
Does an octopus have an asshole? I almost kind of want to Google this.
What happens if you
an octopus his asshole in the
Google
sea?
that, Jenners. Put it on your computer.
Yeah, exactly right.
Put it on your computer. You look it up.
Yes,
your search history.
Octopuses do have an anus, but not in the traditional sense. It's located within their siphon, which is a specialized tube used for jet propulsion and waste removal.
So that's their fart. Their farting is like an engine.
Yes.
Yeah, they're economical,
they
baby.
So they fart and they shoot forward.
Yes.
Fart acceleration.
Fart acceleration. Oh my god. Oh my god. Fart acceleration. Well, if that isn't the show title, I just don't know what.
Fart acceleration.
Fart
Oh
acceleration.
my goodness.
Yeah, I deleted "Do octopuses have assholes?" I took that one out. It was right underneath fat pens.
Oh my god.
What's the worst candy you've had, buddy?
For me, it's going to be, I guess it would either be like a now and later, anything that if you chew it will stick to your teeth so bad it could lift out a filling.
Now, is it a now and later or now or later?
I don't know what it is, but anything that's like sticky like that could like break, that could like yank your teeth
the crown's
apart.
coming off.
Yeah, crown's coming off, bro. Hell, fucking
it's
no,
now
not a
and
chance
later.
in hell, dude.
Now and later.
Now and later.
My
The
whole
two
life,
times
I
you
thought
will
it
be at the orthodontist. Now and later.
Yes.
Now and later.
Now and later. All right.
Interesting. Number 2, what traumatizes you the most?
Octopus assholes. Actually, no, I'm actually fascinated because I think that's how they propulsion themselves. That's fartpulsion.
Fart acceleration.
I brought up this question too because I was working in a hospital earlier, and the thing that traumatizes me the most, and this shouldn't surprise you because you know I've had this like little fear, and you guys make fun of me, but when I see a patient who has a trach, I do not go in the room.
Mm-hmm.
See ya. Boop. Oh, I fart propulsion right out the room.
Fart accelerate right out the door.
Fart acceleration. Oop.
It's gone.
Oop-perotion. Whatever you want to call it, I'm out.
Oh my god.
Well, I mean, Toasty and I were talking about it before the show started. Our baseball teams.
Oh God, Jesus! Yeah.
we are both, as a Red Sox fan and a Braves fan, we're in a whole world.
Braves got some life there for a little bit, and they kind of they went back south again.
Then they lost
Bro, we've each lost 35 and 34 run-one games respectively this year.
Yeah,
we are just ass.
But
we are octopus assocles.
We are 100%.
Absolutely.
I really wish we could name this week's show.
I really would be great.
Listen. I'm going to be honest with you. I was literally in Italy with my dad, and he had me say, "Hey, you got to have this. It's a little bitter, but it's a Campari thing, right? It's a Campari drink." So I had it. He goes, I love this. And bro, it was so tart. It was so bitter, like the words that Jenner's used. And immediately, that's when I first said it. I go, "Man, that tastes like an octopus asshole." And he said the same thing. He goes, "How would you know what an octopus?" "I don't know. I've never tasted it, but if I did, it would taste like this."
But
and as soon as I said it, I'm like, I gotta find a way to say that on the pod.
We gotta bring Ro to an aquarium, and so he can have a moment with an octopus.
Just narrate it like Scoop. Yeah. I mean,
we're gonna
Snoop
stream
Dogg
it live. We're gonna stream it live.
Snoop Dogg narrating like the Animal Planet. I could watch that forever.
We'll need to secure an octopus during halftime of one of the watch-alongs so that during that halftime segment, you'll be able to engage with the asshole.
We got to give him like a hat, like an octopus hat, so it could be
my God, with an asshole.
Don't they have an octopus that like picks like Super Bowl winners? Isn't that a thing? Like there's one that like goes and touches. Yeah. I'll give him a cool name.
Shoot it out of his ass. Shoot the winner.
Shooting ping pong balls out of his asshole.
Hey, you know what my first question to the octopus
saw a girl at
is?
Tootsie's do that.
Uh-huh.
You know what my first question to the octopus is? I'm going to be like, "Hey, so are the other 7 tentacles like the stranger?"
Oh, Jesus.
Or do you have a favorite tentacle you prefer?
He's got a favorite. He's got one tentacle that knows how to move like the others don't. Come on.
The other 7 are complete strangers.
They are.
He's got one that knows how he likes it.
His go-to.
His go-to. This is the one I like.
Uh-huh.
Rosie.
He's got one that's got suction cups that are just a little bit bigger than the others.
Oh my goodness. All right.
How did we get here?
Damn.
Welcome back. Anyways, what cartoons from your childhood would you still enjoy today?
Oh, well, I mean, any of the Roadrunner and Coyote, Wile E. Coyote.
That was always one of my favorites. Yeah, I love it. Thundercats.
Oh,
I used to watch Thundercats all the time.
Bro, the old school Transformers. All day. all day. The old school. Same guy. Peter Cullen was the voice who like reprised it when they started to make him in the movies.
Still doing it.
Yeah, still doing it. But that's his role. But yeah, same voice. But yeah, the original Transformers. I wish I could come back. All right. What job won't exist 50 years from now?
Oof.
All jobs?
Right? Most of them?
Anything. And honestly, I feel like it's probably gone in 5 years as an auto line worker. I feel like they've got automobile manufacturing down to pretty much mostly all.
I mean, you're kind of on my avenue, but I'm just going to say like the Uber or taxi driver. I think those are going to be gone in 50 years. I think it's going to be all autonomous. They might be gone in 5 too. Yeah. I mean, 50 for sure, but like, yeah, they're gone sooner than later.
I don't think you'll have any more. I think all of your news personalities will be AI generated. There won't be like human beings doing the nightly news or your local news. It'll all be AI,
fake AI characters,
AI people.
Well,
have you
seen
just
write the script and just
Have you seen the like AI versions of these like funny stormtroopers that are just made like within seconds? Have you seen those? Oh my goodness, they're hysterical. Yeah. They're hysterical, and apparently
the guy's doing a vlog and he's shooting it completely.
He's like,
Jim's
Vader
over here
pissed us
building a
off.
snowman.
I like the one he's like, yeah, Vader pissed us off, so we washed his clothes to come out pink. He comes out there and force chokes a bitch. I was like, and I'm like, it looks real. It looks 100% real. So yeah, the movie industry I think is going to change. I think the taxi. What do you think, Toasty?
It's what?
What do you think is going to be gone in 50 years?
I just said that. I said the TV news announcers and stuff. I think they're all going to be AI. Yeah. Yep.
Oh, all right. Sorry. Whiskey Wednesday, and I had 2. So here we go.
Beautiful. Right. Beautiful.
The hangover Thursday.
I got
I was looking at a chat, and I'm like, I thought I was done.
I'm going to do A or B because this is question 5, but I actually listed 2. So I'm going to let you pick. I'm going to read both questions. You tell me if you want A or B. A, you can have a conversation with any object. What is it, and what do you ask? So you can have any all of a sudden an inanimate object can talk to you. Or B, let's change a band name forever with one letter.
Well, I'm going to have to go with personal experience here. And a number of years ago, this has got to be like 30 years ago, I once took a large amount of mushrooms and acid. And I spent 2 hours having an in-depth conversation with the tree in our front yard.
Let me guess. You asked him out of all of its branches, which one does it prefer?
Bravo. Bravo. It deserves a standing ovation. Oh, wow.
Question 2 was, do you have an asshole?
Oh, Jesus. Get
that
acorn away from me.
I would have paid a large amount of money just to take a chair, sit down and watch you have a conversation with a tree. See what you asked that tree. I'm going to change the rules of engagement. I'm going to answer question B, and I'm going to say I'm going to change a band name forever with the name Lincoln Pork.
That's pretty good. I was thinking the Pooh Fighters.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Even better.
That's better. The Pooh Fighters.
Oh, yes. Oh,
there you go.
I will tell you this. In 50 years, AI is still not going to probably be able to replace me with 5 questions because it's so much better when I pick them.
God. Is that all 5?
Yep, that was 5.
Right,
that was actually like 5B, 5, 6. Yeah, 5 questions.
So what are we calling this thing?
Oh goodness. Muscle for the mob. Yeah,
muscle for the mob.
Muscle for the mob. The Los Angeles Ball Clippers. I know what her father looks like. Daniel Jones with 2 Super Bowls. The live of eating. Fat pens. Fart acceleration. And the Pooh Fighters.
It was like the last
left
thing
out, making the bracket of denied names will be do octopuses have assholes?
I literally the Pooh Fighters is funny, man.
Yeah, do the Pooh Fighters.
It was like the last thing said, man. But there's so many funny things.
There's so many good ones, though.
Oh my goodness!
The live of eating also made me.
The live of eating is good. Fart acceleration.
Fart acceleration.
Mm-hmm. Good shit.
All right.
All right,
boys.
Well, next week I think we'll have everybody.
Yeah.
I think Scoop will be back for next week. I have no idea actually.
Who knows?
We'll find out. I guess on Wednesday. All right. Well, then listen, man. I hope everyone has a great weekend. Enjoy Father's Day. Make sure you buy him some stuff either at the Miami Hurricane Team Store, Manscaped, or wherever. Get that stuff shipped immediately. And hopefully Novak kicks some ass at the U.S. Open. And we'll see you guys next week. As always, go Canes.
I love the fact that Jenner's doing it out of the side of his mouth. Bange.